morning. Got my lifeblood. Yeah, come on out here to my oasis. My lifeblood, my coffee. I've been feeling like shit for the past couple of days. So today I'm gonna try to fucking get my ass in gear. So feeling sick and all that bullshit, that takes a back seat. Just eat some fucking medication, wash it down with some coffee, and get to going. A lot of people ask me, where do I get my parts from? A lot of them come from hard drive. Also eBay. eBay has a lot of good parts, a lot of used parts that I can refurbish. I end up painting everything anyway, so it doesn't really matter what they look like, what condition they're in. And then another thing is, the motorcycle community, it's a small community of builders, and there's a lot of shitbags, but there's also a lot of good guys. So if you are one of those good guys that takes care of other builders, they're gonna take care of you. I've had times where I had to reach out to a buddy across the coast, be like, hey bro, I need to send you a motor. Can you figure this out? I can't figure it out. Sure, bud. I'm gonna send you a set of 10s. Can you paint these for me? No doubt. Hey bro, I need your dyno. Can you dyno this for me? Yeah, no doubt. Can you get this powder coated for me? Sure. You know what I mean? We take care of each other. That's how it's supposed to be. There's no room in this community for fucking egos and all that other bullshit. We're all trying to work for the same goal, and that's to make some badass art and leave this world better than we found it. You gonna help me today? You ain't gonna do nothing but eat and lick your balls. So here it is. All this shit's going. These rotors are going. This bullshit suspension's going. We're gonna do true airbags. The wheels are going. This rear fender, all this bullshit's going. The exhaust is going. We're doing a stretch tank, smooth center console, stretch front fender, stretch rear fender, stretch bags, true dual fishtails, 39 inch. I was gonna go 42s, but I don't really want it to scrape. I got to get all new master cylinders. Probably gonna keep these because I like this old school Willie G stuff. I'm a big fan of Willie G, so probably gonna keep that. The intake, today I gotta rip down that motor and put in the lifters. These bars are going. All this shit up here is going. I might keep these, but this is all going to chrome. Really nothing on this bike is gonna stay. The crash bar is already coming from Linby Custom Inc. This is the only crash bar that you need to be running on your Cholo style Vicla, and that's just all there is to it. I'm gonna be getting into these wires because if you can see, there's a bajillion connections soldered, all these connections. The problem with this is that this throws off the ohms, which is basically the continuity between two places. And a lot of times when you do your handlebars, if you pull these really hard through the bars, you'll get a check engine light, and that's because you threw your ohms off within the electronics. So I'm getting rid of all this shit, gonna do all brand new wires. I gotta clean all this shit up. Gotta get the nacelle. This is gonna be completely bagged in the front, completely bagged in the rear. So yeah, it's gonna be a process. What do you think? What do you think? Boop. Right, so I'm gonna get a little bit into the mechanics of exactly what a collapsed lifter is, what a lifter is, what that noise was. Your cam, it has lobes. This lifter has a little bearing on the bottom that rides up and down on those cam lobes. So that inside of the lifter is this little oil platform that pumps oil up and through the push rod like this. So when this is rotating up and down, it's pushing up on the rocker arms, which is then pushing back on the spring. And what that valve spring does is it opens and closes the valves. So when this goes up, that could be an exhaust stroke, and then the other one's gonna be intake. So it's gonna be intake, exhaust, both. So that's what this is. So when the lifter is bad, that means this is collapsed, it's broken. It has no pressure when it's rolling on the cam. And that's why you hear that clack, 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 clack. That's exactly what that is. In order to take these off, you gotta do it this way. Put the bike into your highest gear, whether that's 6th or 5th. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate the rear wheel, start in the rear. Whenever I see the forward head move up and down like this, I know that I can take the rear off. Once I do the same thing and I see the rear moving up and down simultaneously, I'm gonna take, that means I can take the front off. So let's talk about something that's kind of a lost art, and that's how to read your spark plugs. Don't mind my hands. So if we look at both these spark plugs, up here at our ground strap, the color change happens right in this crevice. So up here it's kind of light, and then it turns to dark right at that crest right there, which that tells me that our timing is pretty much okay. It's all right. Center electrode isn't ground down. It doesn't have a bunch of carbon deposits. Look right here around this ring. If you can touch it and it's just a light dusting, if you have large carbon deposits on the outer ring around this electrode, your air fuel mixture's way off. This coloration should be about 3 rings down. That would let us know that we're running at a decent temperature. But because this thing is completely black, either A, we have oil coming in and burning with this, or B, it's super fucking hot, or C, it's just really old. This is just a little indication of what's going on in your motor. If you take your spark plugs out to look at it, you want to look at the top ground strap, make sure that the coloration is hitting right at the bend. That's where you want to change the color, that it's not phosphorus white, that the electrode isn't ground down, and that there isn't any carbon deposits, not on the ground strap nor around the electrode on the metal itself, and then the discoloration on the actual threading. Take off your rockers. You want to check to make sure there's no indentation or crazy wear right where these meet. While you have this open, I'm going to look back here, and I have a special tool that I'm going to press down on these valve springs, make sure they're okay. But you want to check the valve springs. You want to check the valve spring retainer clips. They're magnetic clips that go up here. You want to check the top clamp, make sure those aren't cracked, because those do crack often. And then you also want to run your finger through here and make sure there's no metal deposits, which would indicate that something in here was grinding and chipping away. I'm going to inspect the push rods, make sure they're not bent, and then I'm going to continue tearing down the cam chest. Let me show y'all something on these are the lifters that just came out of that bike. I'm pressing down with everything I have. Nothing's happening. That is not good. Well, now I'm on my way to the VA appointment. Gotta go see my neurologist for my TBI. Fun.
Oh, smokestack lightning, shining just like gold. But don't you hear me crying? Ooh.
So back from the brain doctor, and everything is not okay. So that's awesome. Nothing but great news when you go to the VA or the doctor in general. But anyway, back to business as usual. I want to say thank you to Fueling for shipping me out these one-piece push rods. I know a lot of you are gonna be like, hey dude, why don't you like adjustable push rods? Aren't they easier? Yes, adjustable push rods are easier, but they're also easier to break. I fuck up adjustable push rods every time I've ever had them. I tear threads, I've bent them, I've broken them. I fuck up them like Eastern European hookers on a Sunday mass in Catholic church, okay? That's how fucked up I make these things. So these one-piece push rods, they're fat, they're thick, they do not bend, they do not break, they're unforgiving. And then also Fueling lifters. So I'm gonna show you how to get these pumped up the way that I do it. So of course my super cool lifter pumper upper is broken. Just gonna soak these overnight. So here they are. When you get Fueling lifters, you get some cool stickers and some fucking shit. And here they are. Make sure that you wipe all this shit off of there. This is just to keep them from corroding. This is not oil. These things are fucking dope. Hold on, let me show you these guys real quick. Oh, beautiful. These things are dope, I'm telling you. See how they're tapered and then they get thicker? You're not gonna break these motherfuckers. So, I'm telling you, Fueling all the way. And then when you're taking your parts off, make sure you spray them down, you clean them. I clean them with carb cleaner, get all the muck off them, organize them, front, rear, left, right. Put all your bolts in bags so that you don't lose them, because I'm the worst. You can ask anybody that I've ever worked on their shit. They probably didn't get their bike back with all the bolts. It's just good practice to make sure that you have everything clean and organized so you can find it and you're not sitting there like, where the fuck is this bolt? Where's this? Where's that? Trust me, I do it a lot. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. This is just day one of this breakdown. I cannot wait to get Project Swamp Monster up and going. As you can see, it's a lot of fucking work. Just going through everything on this bike and then putting it all back together the way it's supposed to be. So I really do appreciate you tuning in. If there's something I missed or something that you want me to clarify or something you want me to go over in the future for these future videos and future builds, etc., let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know how I'm doing. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all that shit that people say at the end of YouTube videos. Yeah, I'm pretty much done for today. Peace.